different schedules to come over here. So please, let's welcome Sophia. So I sent you some questions, and the purpose again is to, after she leaves, we'll do some debriefing. But I sent you some questions, and we are trying to get to understand the role in real practice of social and behavioral aspects. Okay, so the first question, I asked the first question, she asked the second one, John asked the third one, and we alternate like that. So I have the first question. Sophia, tell us a little bit about yourself. I gave you some hints already, like your age, where you live, and how you lived.
So I was born and raised here in San Bernardino. Of course, I had there was 4 of us siblings. I had 1 brother, 3 sisters. At a very early age of 12 years old, basically my life was basically a lot happened. I got really ill, not knowing what it was, and they sent me to doctor after doctor until one doctor finally said, we don't know what it is. They excuse me, they basically thought I had so many things. I mean, I was everywhere from leukemia to cancer. It just went on, and I just got sicker and sicker as the moments went. So basically, they finally took me to UCLA, and once there, they diagnosed me with a systemic lupus erythematosus. And I didn't know, at 12 years old, that's such a scary thing to know, not knowing what this is or what it was about. So basically, that was the start of what happened to me as a young one. And being at UCLA, they basically used me as a guinea pig. I mean, technically, I had streams of doctors not realizing where it came from or how I got it, because nobody in my family, so sorry, at that time had lupus. So, yeah.
How do you rate your health?
I'm sorry, can you?
How do you rate your health?
As of this year, I can honestly say it's been the best, and I guess I can go into that a little bit later. It's been the best it's ever been in the 12 years because I found a new product that I'm on, but I can actually say I'm a 9 maybe as of now.
So I think you mentioned you have systemic lupus erythematosus. Do you have any, are there any other main diseases you have or conditions that you suffer from as well? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
No, thank God I don't, but I did have a heart attack. At the end of this month will be 3 years ago, and that I understand it was due to the lupus. I thought maybe it was my eating conditions, but I did watch because I've seen with one of the medications that they put me on at a very, very young age was prednisone, and it blew me up. I mean, I was this really skinny little girl, and it blew me up like a blimp on that line, face, everything. So I had to watch at a young age my sodium intake. So that was a challenge. And then so when I had the lupus, I kind of wondered, was it me? Because I am 50, but at the time, that was 3 years ago, I was way under what I thought the average person should have a heart attack. So I was wondering, and the doctors did confirm that it was due to the lupus, because lupus can hit almost every organ of your body.
What else can you tell us more about your diagnosis and any other allergies that might go along with that?
I don't have anything, but the only thing that they did, the only thing that I did have kind of reaction to was taking the Motrin, and that was it. But everything else, it was just the lupus. And I thank God because I don't want anything else.
What prescription medications were you taking?
Okay, I've gone
Peak of this.
up to about 15 to maybe 23. But within that 23, literally all at one time, I got so sick that I ended up back in the hospital. The main ones that I was on for years and years and years was prednisone, and that, as you know anything about prednisone, is really bad for your body. So it created a lot more problems too. Luckily, I ended up with one doctor, and she said that's way too much for anybody to be on for years. So she traded me over to methotrexate. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I'm not really, my names for the medicines, because I've gone through so many, I don't remember them on. But as I went through like the many years of being on certain medicines, it was the prednisone, it was the Vicodin, it was the Tramadol, it was the Ultraset, so I was on a lot of pain medications, and those were for years. But I know now I've learned that's what messed me up a lot with different other symptoms that came along with it.
Would you be able to describe some of your major procedures and treatments that you've undergone?
Repeat the last one, sorry.
Like major procedures or treatments that you've undergone?
With lupus, it can hit any of your main organs. So it did hit my kidneys. It did both of my kidneys at two different times. It did hit my liver. It did hit my kidneys, my liver, yeah, all of them. And then of course last was the heart. I don't know the bigger names for it, but the lungs, that's all I remember is they filled up with a lot of liquid or inflammation. It would be liquid, I'm sorry. And for that I remember that was at a very young age. I just remember them sticking a really big needle in my back. I mean, it was big. It was scary as a young girl. But I guess that's what took out all the liquid from my lungs, and that made it a lot better. I was able to breathe finally after that. The kidneys, I remember doing a kidney biopsy on that one, but it was never that damaged, thank God. So that was okay. And then that was all I could remember. And then the heart attack, I did get a stent on that one. It was an emergency stent because I guess one of my arteries was functioning only functioning only like I think at 3%. So that was really bad. And it was a funny thing then, but of course I didn't take it that funny. They said if I ate just one more piece of taco, basically I could have had a major heart attack. It was only a minor heart attack like that.
So currently, what are you doing to manage your current condition and like the symptoms you're having?
Well, as a young girl, as I was explaining, I started doing research at least the age 15 to about 18, because I did not want to live with an illness, taking over my life, because it did. It really ruined a lot of my life. I wanted to be a gymnast, and I wasn't able to ever do PE after that. So what I did, I started studying, but I noticed that a lot of the medicines that I was on was doing a lot of my harm. So I decided just to keep starting to look into the natural remedies, and I went from there. And then within the last year has been the biggest change of my life. I found a product by the name of Plexus, but just to make a long story short, that has helped my system work so much better. It detoxed my body, and from there I'm starting, because it also gives me a lot of energy. I'm hiking now, I'm walking a lot, I'm doing a lot more exercise, I'm getting my family eating right. So because of that, now I'm finally living a life at the age of 50, sadly. Yeah.
Next question. What health behaviors or factors likely caused or contributed to your conditions? Now, in your case, I know it's complicated, but let's see what is your answer to this one.
Repeat it again, I'm so sorry.
What behaviors or factors likely contributed or caused your conditions?
Okay, I'm honestly not sure on that. I was explaining this to him earlier, but and nobody in my family had lupus or never heard of lupus. So of course I did my own research, and the funny thing that the only common thing that I thought at the time that was even related to me was my father used to raise rabbits, and I loved rabbits, and I held them a lot, and they would scratch me, and I guess it said something about that if it scratched you and blood came out that you would get lupus. But as the years went by, I looked into that, and there was nothing that confirmed that. So that was basically all I
About the heart disease.
The heart attack, at first, I was explaining a little bit earlier that I thought it was the way I ate. Honestly, having lupus, I stopped a lot of my salt because I didn't want to gain weight. And as a young girl, in this world, we're still made up of beautiful models, so I wanted to try to keep down, but that's hard. So I did stop my intake of salt, but that didn't solve it completely. I still was eating regular food. I got on Taco Bell, what, if anybody Mexican family, we eat good food. I was watching the intake, but I didn't stop eating it. So I learned that basically, start eating healthier, and that helps a lot. But I found out later on lupus does hit every one of your main organs, and it was due to that I did have a heart attack.
Is there anything you could have done differently in your life? I know you said you weren't sure.
Right. That one's going to be a real basic one. Probably no. I mean, being 12 years old and being hit with something that big, I was just beginning my life. So, yeah.
And so, looking back on your experiences, what advice would you give to younger people so they can avoid, if you think it's avoidable, this kind of disease or condition?
I don't know if it's avoidable. I wish I could say that, but what I can, my advice to all the younger generation would be basically, don't ever let a disease hit you or get you down. I mean, thank God I had a supportive family, and I never, to this day, ever let it get me down. I say keep going forward, do your research, do what you need to